All right, what's up, my beautiful people out there in YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram land? It's your boy Rome. I'm here working in the home studio, and I wanted to show you guys how far I've progressed with putting together my new run and gun rig. So basically what you see here in front of you is a number of different items that I've kind of cobbled together to create this rig. Now, the first item, one of the most important items you can have in your rig is going to be your audio capture device, whatever that may be, whether it's a Rode mic, one of the Rode Go microphones or some other type of microphone. Audio is one of the most important components to your creation. So what I have here is the Zoom F1, and this is a small recorder. It records to its own media inside. It is battery powered, so it has its own power source, and you can utilize all of these different modules. So you have here a front address mic, with side pickup. You have this is an XY mic that you can change the different pickup patterns, and then you have what I have, is this shotgun microphone. Now all of these, which is simple. You just press the little tabs here and you can remove them. So this is the microphone, and this is what it looks like without the wind cover on it. So it's a very simple setup, but it's very, very effective. And what's cool is you can always change these out to be whatever you need for that specific job. And what I'm doing here is I'm feeding the audio directly into the camera. So the audio is also being fed directly into the camera. So if I was recording onto the camera's media, the audio source is going to overwrite what the normal preamps of the camera would provide and record what's coming in through the Zoom F1. But in this specific setup, I'm not doing that. I'm just allowing the audio to go through the camera, out the HDMI, into the Ninja V, and that's where the audio is being recorded in ProRes. So that's basically the audio setup. And you can find these still on Amazon very inexpensively. I've seen them for as little as $169. So now think about that. This is still an audio recorder. So you can use it in a number of different ways. You could take it off of this mount. It has like little belt loops. You could, drop this through your belt. You could plug in a lavalier mic. So you could take a very basic lavalier mic and you could plug it in to the microphone and you could use this just as your personal lavalier microphone and record your audio directly into this instead of using the different modules that are available for it. So like I said, it's a very, very useful tool. Links will be below in the description. So if you guys are interested in something like this, this could be an option for you. Now, one of the advantages to using a product like the Ninja V is that you can also plug audio directly into the device itself. It does have a microphone in and an audio out. So if you're going to be monitoring, if you have one of the older cameras that don't have a microphone jack, or it doesn't have an earphone plug, then you can use the audio coming in and out of it, and you can still monitor it, and you can still add an additional microphone. Now, I have seen a number of videos where people were talking about different microphones may not work, for whatever reasons it is. You're going to have to do your research and find out which microphones are going to work best with this device to get the best out of it. So with that said, let's move on. So here, if you're noticed, I'm using a small rig cage. This is one of the older cages. I realized recently they came out with a new version of this cage. It's a little bit more slimmed down. It's nice, but it takes away a lot of the mounting features and mounting holes that you see here in the older cages. So if I had to buy this again, I would still buy this version of the cage because it just gives you so many more mounting options. And that's something you always want to take into consideration when you're putting together a rig. Now, ideally, this rig, for its weight and its, the way it's assembled, this would most likely be utilized on a tripod, on sticks, or In some situations, now I have mounted this on my gimbal here recently just to see what it would do. It can support the weight, but I would only use that for simple movements where I really just need some movement in the scene and I want it to be as stable as possible. Then I would mount it for just that shot. And then, obviously I go right back to the sticks, but it's an option. So whatever you do, you do. Now the handle on this cage is optional. I purchased this, I believe, at the Houston Camera Exchange. And if I'm not mistaken, the handle came with it. I could be mistaken. And if so, you can still buy these items individually. What I liked about this specific handle is that it did have a cold shoe mount. And that's what I'm utilizing right now to mount the monitor onto this handle itself. Now, there are other handles that I've seen out there that, will have some even have a NATO rail system where you could, literally mount things along the length of the handle. That might be an option for you, but it's just going to make your rig a little, back heavy or front heavy, depending on how you set it up. Now, going forward, one of the things that I do plan on adding to this rig is a rail system and probably a larger battery, because this camera that I'm using right here, this is the Sony A7R II. It's a really good camera for portraits and things like that. I've been just using it for the most part for video productions. But the problem with this camera is that the battery life on it just really is horrible. So if you use a battery eliminator and then another DTAP to a much larger battery, that's going to work out tremendously for you. So also on this rig, I'm sporting the new Sigma 24-70 2.8. So far, this has been an excellent lens. I like the picture quality, the rendering from this lens. So you can't go wrong if you can make that investment. So what do we have so far? Combined, we have the Ninja V. We have the Zoom F1. We have a small rig cage with handle. We have whatever camera you're going to be utilizing, and if you go with the Zoom, you have also not just these modules, there are a number of other modules that are available now that have come online that should do basically the same thing. So when I'm recording with this device, the camera's on. So I would turn my camera on. I would turn on the monitor and also power on the recorder. Now, the advantage to that is if you want to have that backup, you can record to this device, even while it's sending audio into the camera that is also being recorded into your Ninja V at the exact same time. So that means you would have an audio file backed up on just an SD card, micro SD card, as well as being recorded in ProRes on the Ninja V. And if you're recording in camera and you're not worried about the 30-minute limit, you could also be recording this in the camera itself. So that's 3 different places that you're recording your media so that if anything goes wrong, you guys are covered. So it's just a thought, but for the most part, I've been very happy with just recording into this device as a backup. And you can also do proxy audio in here, just so many other features. There's a ton of videos out about this specific Zoom F1. There's 2 different kits that it comes with. One, it's going to come with the lavalier microphone, and the kit that I purchased came with this shotgun mic. And these 2 modules came with my Zoom H6, but they're interchangeable. So I can literally take any of these modules and just grab my H6 and I can interchange these modules as you see. So you're only limited by your imagination, but buy your gear, set up your gear based on the solution that solves a problem for you. Okay, guys, so that's the basic setup of the run and gun rig as I have it so far. So as I add additional components to this, I will do other short little videos, just kind of give you guys a rundown on what I'm doing. Hopefully this helps someone, setting up their gear, getting ready for something. Now, this is a little heavy, but the weight can be a benefit. So if you're recording and you're handheld, this extra weight is going to give you a little bit more stability when you're doing those slow or you're doing those movements that you need, and you want them just to be handheld, just so you can just get that little motion in your shot and you're good to go. So weight is not always a bad thing. All right, guys. All right, so this has been Rome. I just want to do a really quick video for you guys and get this out really quick so we can have some new content on Instagram, TV, YouTube, or wherever you follow me. And hopefully, again, this has been beneficial and is helpful to someone. If you have any questions, leave it down in the comments and I will do my best within the first couple of days to answer as many questions as possible. If not, if I can't answer them personally, I will most likely find a link that I can link you to someone who knows a little bit more about the subject. All right, guys, until next time, I will catch you in the next video. Don't forget to subscribe and comment. Peace. I'm out.